All right, everybody. This is Ruben Lowen. This is my leadership talk today, and I think this is going to be a good one. All right. I've been trying to look at this guy up, Alan Cohn. He was one of my first sales. He owned the company I worked for, and he was a former IBM executive. And you want to say, you got to find people's buying rules. I'm like, what are you talking about buying? I know what a buying sign is. I'll jump on that in a minute. And what he says is everybody has their inner guidance system that dictates why they do everything that they do. And if you find that, you've got it. Well, so I've spent my life since then learning about personality profiles and learning about love languages and NLP and all of this. And it's just really listening and paying attention to what people really what they're really going toward, right? And so when I first got in this business, this young guy that recruited me, he had a degree in communications, and he could just go through the flip chart, wouldn't have to look at it, he just knew it, right? And he wasn't paying attention to what part of it was getting the attention of my prospects, but I was paying attention. It was either the rule of 72, or how taxes affect your money, or the the dollar cost averaging. Those were the things that usually jumped right out at you, right? Now, because we're doing the Index Universal Life, not so much the dollar cost averaging, but the protection from the market volatility. Okay, and so then, but there's a deeper reason. Most everybody right now are hyper focused on creating enough income to live. Okay, they're just hyper focused in that direction, and they need right now money because of the situation, what's going on in the world right now. And if they can't see that with what we're offering, then you're gonna lose them. Okay, but that's just on the surface. Okay, once you get them to, find out why they want, and if it's just to survive, that's tough. It's really tough to get somebody who's in that situation to focus further. There's a little trick to it though, okay, because you got to identify what's those anchors holding them back. I learned this today. It's so sweet. All right, so you think back, okay, is there a little, what's holding you back? Okay, where's that voice coming from in your head? Is it outside your head, or is it inside your head? Okay, if it's if it's inside your head, what part, where at? Is it in the back of your head, the middle of your head, the front of your head? Okay, and then take it out, wrap it up, put it on the table or put it on the porch, right, and give it to Jesus. And how old were you when that first started affecting you? And then you go, do you want somebody that's 12 years old running your life now? It's probably no, right? So when you do that, you'll feel relief. It's amazing, right? But nobody's ever I've never had anybody ever do that with me before, right? I learned about that today. But those things that hold people back, you got to know when you're talking to them, this guy's got something holding him back, or this lady's got something holding her back. And when you figure that out, that's a way to cut that down, cut that off, right? Eliminate that, take it out of their brain and wrap it up and give it to Jesus, right? And so that's phenomenal, okay? The other thing is, there's getting to know people well enough. And one of the challenges when you're on social media is everybody's, you either buy in or you're selling. And when you're when you're dealing with somebody who's selling, it's really difficult to get them to focus on buying what you're selling. Okay? And a lot of times when you let them know, I'm not your market, I'm not going to buy what you're selling, they're done talking to you. Okay? And that's mostly the case. So that's a big challenge when you're dealing with social media marketing. So what you need to do, there's other ways of, I'm going to give up some tricks here. Okay? I knew this guy. He's one of the top producers in our company. He was a good personal producer. He wasn't a great recruiter. Okay? But he must have got his car washed every day. And he'd go down the car wash, and not the car wash where you drive it through the car wash. That somebody else drives it through the car wash. They wash the car, they vacuum the car, they're doing that, and you're standing around with these other people that are getting their car done. Most of these times, these are people that have money. People that don't have money, they go to the do-it-yourself car wash, put the quarters in, right? Where the ones that don't have money, or that have money, somebody else is doing it, and they're standing around, and you can start a conversation with them. Next thing you know, he's giving a card, and next thing you know, he's got somebody who's got money, and he's doing business with them. One. Okay, that's one little trick. The other one is you got to get to know you people well enough so they know what you're doing. They may not be jumping on the bandwagon with you at first, okay? And you got to talk to them, but without selling, all right? And when they start asking you questions, it's like, you know what? This isn't the time or place. Give me your number, give me your email. We used to say come down to the office, or I can get from my computer and find out when's a good time, and let's get on Zoom and let's go over it, okay? When we both can focus and give our 100% attention to what we're talking about here, okay? So that's kind of how you do it, and you start off with form, okay? But there's a big part of it is having that image in your mind of who you are, that you are that person that people are going to pay attention to and going to be listening to. So it's a combination of getting around the right people and having the mindset that you are that person. All right, that's very revealing, and that was my gem for today. All right, have a good one.